Hello and welcome back to the Two Brits, One Yank podcast. This is the 10th episode, which sounds very crazy to say. We've made double figures. Obviously, we missed a week last week because we were focusing on the playoffs. That didn't go as we all hoped and planned. But now we're here. We were actually meant to record this podcast yesterday, but we went to the Coach and Horses as usual, went to set up. It was a little bit loud. So we thought, you know what, we'll go outside. Beautiful day, crisp day. And just,
it was all set.
Just as we were recording, some tree hugger, well, not tree hugger actually, they were cutting them down the trees. What's it called?
The lawnmower.
Not lawnmower.
No, the chainsaw.
Chainsaw was going for about an hour and a half. We actually said, you know what, let's give it half an hour. Let's give it an hour. And
we gave it more than half an hour.
Literally.
I'm just imagining a lawnmower going up the tree.
But that was yesterday, Wednesday. And now is Thursday. We have we're now Thursday afternoon. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's actually a bit of funny and a bit of a weird situation and very different for all of us. We all had our end of season meetings today, and well, if you haven't seen the retained list, we all got released.
Yeah. No, just a disclaimer: the excitement. Don't think that because of the way he said his tone that we're all happy about it. It's obviously disappointing and stuff.
No, it is what it is.
Football at the end of the day.
Yeah. But we're saying it's almost a funny situation that the podcast would have been so different if we filmed it yesterday to now how we're filming it. Because we're going to focus on the season as a whole, on the highs and the lows and everything that's been going on. And now, unfortunately, we have been released. I think a lot of us would have liked to stay, and we'd like to stay playing together. We were loving it. We thought we had some really good memories, and we created a really good changing room as well, and we love playing for Gaffer and Craig. But hey, that's football, like Boney said, and we have to move on.
Yeah, it's just how it goes, isn't it? Like, you know, I've seen so many things, especially my first season, and that's part of the harsh realities. People come and go, and you know, life moves on, and now it's just making the best of our next destination.
There we go.
And hey, like I said to my mum on the phone earlier, this could be good for the podcast. We could get three new teams, 3 new fan bases watching the podcast. This podcast could erupt because we know we've definitely created a really good relationship with the Maidstone fans. And I think that's something we actually wanted to do and we set out to do. And that's one of our aims when we first started the podcast, is to kind of bridge the gap between fan and player. We like to communicate with everyone. We like to have a good relationship with everyone. And we feel like we've managed to do that somewhat.
100%.
Yeah, no, and it's important to do that, and hopefully the next clubs that we go to as well, it'll be something similar. But yeah, the Maidstone fans, they best stay listening. We need those views.
Yeah, don't be unfollowing us now just because we're gone.
I'll tell you what, now that we're clubbers, the views over the summer.
They best no. No, please no.
We need to get some good guests on, which we will.
Yeah, got a couple of good guests lined up for tomorrow actually.
Yeah. I'm going back to Bristol for the summer. You're going back to America. So we're trying to churn out some podcasts. So we're going to film 3 times this weekend.
We're actually in Conor Kelly studios at the minute. Do you want to tell them what's happened?
What about the bird?
No, tell them what's happened first in this room.
I don't know if I want to reveal everything.
Not what Lucas has got up to.
But no, so yeah, Lucas has moved out. He's gone to visit his girlfriend in Croatia, and then he's going to go into summer holidays from there. And yeah, now... You know, Lucas has been a professional over here for what, 7-8 years. So he had a whole house of things. I came over with 2 suitcases, one for football and one for my dead drip.
Damn, I was going to say...
Hey, that's being nice as well.
I was thinking, what was he going to say here?
So, yeah, obviously I don't have much. Even the bed I was sleeping in was Lucas's bed. So he's kind of taking everything. I'm sleeping on a air mattress supplied by Sam Bowen's
Auntie Debs.
Auntie Debs, the
Shout out Auntie Debs.
And Auntie Bella, yeah.
But she just had it in her house. That's why we went there yesterday.
She's giving it up for you.
It's actually not hers. They were just borrowing it.
It's Auntie Debs. Well, again, the GOAT comes in clutch, Auntie Debs, again. Yeah. But... where was I going with this?
This is her table as well. No, tell them the story.
Yeah, well...
of what we just walked into in the living room.
So now my house is completely empty. Lucas has left this morning, and yeah, we've left a window open. We've went and had our meetings. I've gone to the physio for my ankle, and we've come back. And I was like, why's there bird poo on my windowsill? I'm like, the window's quite tightly shut. I walk around. A bird has gotten into my apartment and pooed everywhere.
Yeah,
all over the apartment.
Literally.
The day the Mr. OCD himself, Lucas Coughlin, leaves, a bird said, I've been waiting all season. And just goes and poos all over the apartment.
Hey, but they do say that a bird pooing on you, or
Is
maybe
good
in
luck.
your house, is good luck. So maybe that.
Should have came in before our meeting. Before our meeting this morning.
Hey, Gaffer makes his own luck. Remember?
Yeah.
Gaffer
God, that
don't care.
stupid bird. God damn that
That
bird.
bird was here yesterday. He's
Oh,
still
that
be wearing,
stupid bird.
black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Black and
yellow.
amber.
And they're going to be glad you're gone.
Yeah.
Our views are definitely going to go down now after that show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Guys,
be
I
happy.
have said though that I won't be doing any Gaffer impressions for a couple weeks. Whilst it's still fresh and still,
That's what got him released.
I'm getting over it. Yeah, no more Gaffer impressions.
go.
So you've had a brilliant season, but yeah, you took the piss out of me on the pod. It's time to go, buddy.
No, listen, it has. It's been, like I said, well, this is obviously a season recap, but I think we can all agree it's been a season where some magical things have happened, some magical moments, some moments that I never thought I'd get to experience, to be honest with you. And yeah, look, it's one of them ones you get released. We've been on the pod now a number of times saying that one door closes, another one opens. You've got to stay positive. So there's no point us coming on here and literally going, oh, why has this happened to us? It's part of football. It is what it is. We were actually saying in the last pod, some managers might not like you. You might not suit their style of play. You could go on and go to another team and you'll be God's gift. Does that make sense?
Of course,
yeah.
Well, so it's sorry, but we were literally, we're in a position now. Look, who knows what's going to happen? It is what it is, and yeah, looking forward to the future, I suppose.
Yeah, any time in my career, for instance, I've been kind of not like left in the dark, but not really sure of my next step. It's always worked out better than I could imagine, and obviously, like from an individual standpoint, it's not been the season I dreamed of, playing wise.
Yeah.
But hopefully this will happen for a reason, and next season will be my best one yet.
It was funny, I said to you tonight, when I got released from Dundalk, I remember at the time I was panicking. Like, I was like, what the hell am I going to do? Like, it was the 2 days after that, it was probably the most worried I've been in football. But like I said, I moved on. I came to Maidstone. I've had one of the best careers that I've had in my career. So
best careers he's had in his career.
I did that last week as well. I keep saying that. Damn, I've had one of the best seasons of my career. So it just goes to show, look, one door closes, and I've just said it, one door closes, another one opens. You've got to stay positive.
And I think
literally, who knows what's around the corner?
You wouldn't have played in the 5th round of the FA Cup.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's some of the best memories that I'll have in my career.
Yeah.
There's career again.
And before, I think it's human nature that we will end up talking about things that have happened and situations in Maidstone. But I do want to say that we're not bitter towards the club.
No
or
chance.
Anything we say,
No way.
anything we do say, we really don't want it to come across in a bad way.
It's nothing. It's not personal.
No, and
It's
but
not
we've
personal.
absolutely loved playing for the club. We've loved playing for Gaffer and for Craig.
Well-
and hey, it's football.
Well,
happens.
look at the pod, for example.
Exactly.
This is one of a number of things that's happened this season that's happened. And it's like, well, if I didn't sign for Maidstone, if you didn't come on trial and you signed for Maidstone, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So we've done a pod out of it. We've had a great FA Cup run. We got to the playoffs. Yeah, all right, we didn't quite win the playoffs, but it was still an incredible season,
And there might be a few more stories we can tell quicker than if we were still at the club.
Got some good
there's
stories.
a few things we couldn't get away with saying.
Yeah,
but
that's
now
right.
we've been released. It doesn't matter, does it? So
Yeah, there we go.
that's for some future episodes.
Yeah,
though.
let's just say we have to keep this boy in check a lot of the time. Yeah,
Can I say this? Can I say
he'll say
no
the-
soul?
He'll say the most outrageous story and be like, yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
No?
He'll try and justify it. No soul.
Hey, but the content this has created for us is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And this is created some other stuff for the pod. We can now have some episodes about trying to get in new clubs, how hard it is.
Yeah, well, I
sometimes,
suppose it
how
gives
easy it is
people-
for other people. It's different pathways.
Yeah,
isn't
it gives
So-
people an insight onto. Well, I suppose everyone highlights the good in football, especially with social media. All you see is the good, and it could obviously, give an insight to people that they're interested in football of what it's like on not having the so good moments. Like for example, now we've got to go and find different clubs. Well, that could be quite stressful for some of us. So.
And in 2 months' time, we could be anywhere. We could be all across the globe,
There we
which
go.
is crazy to think. Hey, Kenyan Premier League sides.
Yeah.
Damn.
I
You're
mean,
looking for a new player. Hey,
There we go.
no, it's funny as well, again, I'm going to bring it back to an individual basis, #narcissism.
narcissism.
But,
That's oldest child.
By the way,
syndrome.
this is horrible.
Oldest child syndrome.
This is absolutely
yeah,
horrible.
it's too sweet.
Way too sweet.
but,
For the young
But he's still
listeners.
drinking it, by the way.
But I'm still about to drink it.
Hopefully, we'll have options. You know,
There
we
we
don't
go.
want to say too much, but
There we go.
we will have options. We will still be able to play football, whether it's at the same level, whereas at lower level, we don't know yet. But
I've come
we
to
will
realise,
always be able to play football.
Yeah, I've come to realize it's not the end of the world. While you might think it's the end of the world, it's not. Something around the corner is going to happen for you. And if you keep working, you keep staying consistent with your work and what you do and stuff, you live right, good things will happen. And hopefully we'll actually be able to put that to proof in a couple of months' time, maybe when we have our new clubs.
The most, that is so important what you've said is like, keep playing. Because I've played with so many boys growing up that I'm like, they're so much better than me. Or not, maybe more played against so many boys that I'm like, wow, they're so good. They don't play anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, once you're done, you're done. And yeah, it's kind of just sticking with it. And then the good breaks will happen.
Yeah.
It's how many times have we said on this podcast that you become better through adversity? We've said it so many times. And this is just a new little blip in our careers.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
And through it, hopefully, we'll come out the other side and we'll be able to show you that, hey, the proof's in the pudding.
Well, it was only last week in the latest episode. If you haven't seen it, by the way, go and check it out.
That one out.
But we were saying about Jacob Gilbert when he said that he was released from Charlton.
Yeah.
And we were there, obviously, giving advice and stuff and what to do and what not to do. Well, we're in that position now. So,
and now he's playing in Dubai.
Well, there we go.
Living it up.
Yeah.
There we
You
go.
know what I mean?
Damn.
And for, there are boys that, as a 6th division side, beat Ipswich and played an integral part and get released. Like,
That's what I mean. I've got
it's highs and lows.
Some of the best memories of my career have been at this club. So nothing but good memories, good times, and positivity, man. It is what it is. We move on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of moving on, should we now get into highs and lows of the season?
Bro, that was a cold transition.
That's very cold, bro.
And
That was
before
cold.
I want to say, I think we can all agree what our low is. 3, 2, 1. Getting released. No.
Ipswich
Low.
was my low and my high. Because being injured at that situation.
Oh, we're talking about our lowest moment of the season.
Well, I was going to say we could
You got a bit red, actually. You weren't surprised by that, weren't you?
Brother, we had this planned out. What's going on here?
I don't think...
No, but you know what I'm saying.
I wouldn't say it's not ideal. I don't think it's my low of the season.
I don't. You got like
Really?
you said.
Yeah.
It's not.
But you've never been released before.
Yeah, like it's a little bit. It's obviously disappointing, but no, I don't think
It's
it'd
not
be
the-
my lowest mark. I'm just full of
Of the season.
but I'm just full of gratitude and all for this season, what we've done. Yeah, it's disappointing, but it's football. Like I don't know how
you know
to
what?
sort of explain it so you understand
What
it.
I'm really disappointed about, obviously, I'd love to continue playing for the club, playing with the boys. Like the realization that against Worthing when we lost, that the change room's never ever going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
we're
that's
never
probably
actually,
just
like,
a low.
We were leaving Worthing, and I was saying, "There's some boys here that I won't see again,
Yeah.
ever." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
like
that's-
we've been very fortunate to have a really good group of lads this season. Like I can't. There's not one person that I'd say. I didn't enjoy his company, or when he came in the mornings, I didn't really get on with him. I genuinely got on with everyone, and I think that's what the sad part about football is that people come and go. I think that's probably the most, not upsetting because I'm not upset.
It's just the realization.
It's the realization of like I might not see other people again, and football's very fickle. Like you don't really speak to people after football. Like you go like a whole year with being with them, and then they're just gone. Then you don't speak to them anymore. I think that's like there's some really good people. I won't name names in the changing room that I probably won't speak to again. Maybe on Instagram and all like their stuff, but I won't actually meet them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh well, they were really good to spend a year with. You know, I don't know how to.
It's different
to explain
to any other job. That's the issue. Like,
I've also been in an environment where when you sign to go to university, you're there for 4 years.
Yeah.
So like anyone that I really played with, I could say, okay, well they have 2 years left and I have 3. So I'll play with them for at least 2 more years, you know? It's such a different kind of circumstance to that, And you develop really strong relations over
That's
2
what and then you
years.
go from that to never ever seeing that person again.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
it's crazy. And I must say as well, is that the fans, like not seeing or playing in front of or being able to really talk to the fans again, it's quite a hard thing. And I think we posted this, we've started this about 6:10. So the retained list has just gone out 10 minutes ago. And the amount of messages and stuff that me and Boney
which is great as well, which is
received
lovely.
is absolutely lovely. And like the fans here at the club have just been unbelievable, especially for me over the 2 years. Last year, well, the season before Gaffer came in with Hack, it was just such a hard season for me, probably mentally and through the injury not being able to play. And then this season just been unbelievable. And even when I was struggling, so many fans coming up to me, making sure I was okay, wishing me well, trying to get back fit, all this sort of stuff. And that is the great thing about Maidstone's fan base, is that they are just really genuinely lovely people.
Supportive to their own, aren't they?
Yeah, that is one thing as well, because you were obviously on a 2-year. It was nice for you this season to really like prove your worth and show who you are to the fans as well. It was something I would have honestly liked the opportunity to do.
Yeah.
And kind of like prove myself here, because I think, I definitely developed a really good relationship with them, especially in the beginning, but while being out injured. And it is kind of disappointing that I won't be able to like show them how grateful I am for how good they were to me, but I guess I'll just have to show it elsewhere then.
And I'll show against them maybe.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, who knows?
I think it's inevitable that we return to the Gallagher one day.
Yeah.
For another team, but I think that's just the funny thing about football, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
But again, how many boys this season did we play against? And it's like, oh, that guy played for Maidstone 2 years ago. Like, that's just how it is, especially on these 1 year, 2 year contracts. Everyone kind of goes between teams.
100%. But I just think what about like during the season and low moment? Like,
well, I'll get it started.
I found St Albans quite tough. St Albans
away?
Away, yeah, because it was just like
home wasn't the best out there, unfortunately.
Oh, but then again, Truro a few weeks back now was tough, because obviously, if we'd won that game, mathematically we would have finished second.
Oh, but it would have been in our hands for the final game.
Yeah. Who knows what would have happened then? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but that was low because it was just like, look at the table after, and we're fifth. And we're like, right, we had a real opportunity there.
That was just so frustrating, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was for that. But I think that was probably the lowest. But then it was such a quick turnaround. Like, you had to sort of get ready. We had Ebbsfleet then the week after, didn't we, on the Wednesday? And then we had a big game against Hampton, which the boys were fantastic in. But I just think that one was probably lowest for me. I didn't play too great personally, and it's just like, that was a real opportunity to go and nick second, But apart from that, I don't really have, like, football's, you're going to lose games, and it's important not to be too high with the highs and too low with the lows. So throughout the season, when we were getting bad results, and it was a case of, because there's so many games throughout the season, it's like, right, next one, let's go.
Yeah.
But maybe a couple of weeks back, it was an opportunity to go second. So that was probably my lowest moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
I would say mine was quite interesting. Well, I would say probably getting release is the lowest for me. Mm-hmm. Clearly not for you two. But
I don't want people to think
I know
it's not a low moment.
I don't want people to think, oh, look at them, they're smiling, their energies, they've just been released. Why is their energy like that? I've been in football long enough to know it's a quick turnaround. There's no point sulking here. Like I said on the podcast,
we can't let this affect us for next season.
You can't let it affect you. Yeah, exactly.
You can't start doubting yourself, because then you won't be the player that you are.
You've got to just get on with it.
For good.
Exactly.
You've got to get on with it and go and show people. Maybe take it personally. Give yourself that
chip on your shoulder.
100% to go out there and go, right, well, actually, I'm going to show them. Well, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have released me, Mm-hmm.
So I'll say my second lowest moment was probably, and again, not too many people knew it at the time, but the morning of Stevenage.
Yeah.
Before we played Stevenage, it was January 6th, third round of the FA Cup. I had a doctor's appointment, and I had kind of realized at this point my ankle is not getting any better. Been a really frustrating time. Probably going to look towards surgery. So I went and met with a consultant down at Kim's, and he was like, you're going to have to go for an operation, 3 to 4 month recovery, like your season will be done. And that was incredibly tough to take. But on the flip side of that, I got to the changing room. Gaffer had told me I was going to be on the bench. And I was like, I have two choices. Like, I can sulk in the changing room and feel sorry for myself, which was quite easy to do if I had done that. But I was like, or, a lot of these boys have the biggest day of their careers, and, I can kind of be a positive influence in that. So I was trying to make everyone laugh, take the pressure off. I did the full John Terry, got my boots out, shin pads on, put the wrist tape on. I was ready to go if I was called upon.
Did a roly-poly when we won?
Yeah, exactly. And that at the time went from being the lowest point to probably the best point in my career. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought we could have made it even better about a month later? But yeah, that's the thing. Is like, you can't ever just get too low, because you could have I think that kind of exemplifies that was the worst and the best moment of my career in the same day.
Yeah, no, I remember you were such good vibes that day, man, when you was dancing in the change room and all before the game. She started playing the music. You started dancing with it. The wrist tape on and all.
Yeah.
Stop. Stiff, by the way. Very stiff.
You guys just are always on me for my drip, for my dancing. I will say, for both of them, you're probably right.
There you go. We have a reason.
You might be on me, but you're very honest. But yeah, no, and I think that's all you can do. I actually, when I was speaking to the management team, they were saying and I'm not big myself up here. I think it's the least you can do is. When you're injured, you have to just be the best you can be around the place. Because the last thing you want is someone injured and having negative energy around. I always try to be positive. Always trying to go to the away matches and all. And I hope people kind of took notice of that. And, I for instance, when I'm playing and people are out, I take notice of things like that.
100%.
So you just have to do
100%. And I was similar. My lowest and best moment in football was definitely the Ipswich game. I think I've explained it before. Playing starting every FA Cup match until the fourth round was so frustrating, and then the scenes and celebrations after and everyone winning, that was definitely the best night and the best day of my life from the worst. But I think more recently, one of the, sounds cliche, but the hardest day of the season was definitely losing to Worthing.
Sorry,
we haven't even mentioned it, but definitely losing to Worthing. I think when we realised that we had such an opportunity to do something massive this season, like we have in the FA Cup, we've really wanted to repay the fans and repay Gaffer and Craig and get over the line in the league. And the issue is when you have such high hopes and such belief that you can do something, when it then gets taken away from you, it honestly, it hurts. It hurts so much more. And obviously, Rushy hit the bar, and I honestly thought we were going to score in the second half. We were all over them. And then the sucker punch for Ollie Pearce to score, obviously had a mental season.
Yeah.
Like, after the game...
40 goals in the league.
42.
That is some record.
After the game and, like, in the evening, honestly, well, I'm very chatty, but I just wanted to be alone. Like, I just didn't want to talk to anyone. I was just trying to process everything, because I think we actually said it to you that getting relegated was really bad this season before, but you could prepare for relegation because
you knew it was going to happen.
You knew it was coming, especially like March. You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But when something like that gets taken away from you, and you really think, I convinced myself, or I thought that you know what, we're going to do this. We're going to get promoted, and obviously we're taking one game at a time.
Yeah.
But when that got taken away from me and us, that was honestly so.
I think
low.
it's the most gut-wrenching change I've ever been in. It was just dead silent. Dead silent. No one said anything.
No.
And the gaffer didn't know what to say. Like, what was there to say? Like, you can't.
He just tried to say how proud he was of all of us.
Yeah, but like, obviously, you just sat there and you're just like, what if? It was just so quiet. No one was speaking, were they? It was actually horrible.
And like
horrible experience.
Normally after a loss, people are like angry at each other.
Yeah,
like something would have happened, but it was just.
It was a horrible experience.
It was eerie. It was so eerie.
Yeah, it was one that it just. Even when it went in, I was like, it doesn't feel real that we're actually going to lose this game.
Yeah.
It was like, we have, I think we're 5 minutes out of time. It was like, okay, we're gonna come back. And then once you realize after that last header or the last corner, I was like, we're actually going to lose and not go up.
Yeah.
Felt like with the season we had, with the squad we had, just with the whole vibes that it was inevitable.
It was just a bit of a reality check, really. Yeah. Like, we've been riding this wave all season. On this high.
Doing so well in one-off games as well.
So well. And especially after Aveley, when that's probably the first time that we've conceded a goal first and we've come back to win in a long time.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know what, everything is kind of building up to... Yeah. And then even the day before, we knew that Braintree had got through, and we were like, we're getting the home tight, the Gallagher if we win this game.
So we were putting it in the group chat, weren't we?
Yeah, and then it was all of a sudden...
Like, Fowler jinxed it. Well, he didn't jinx it in the end.
Yeah.
But he put something in when Braintree went 2-0 up.
In like the 85th minute, he was saying,
yeah, boy, we're going to get the home tie for the final if we beat Worthing. And then all of a sudden...
two late goals from Chelmsford.
2 late goals from Chelmsford, and we were just like, oh no, like, what is going on here? And they got it in the end, didn't they? But
yeah. It's funny as well, like, how good... I actually didn't even realize until I said how good was our record in one-off games. Won the Kent Senior Cup, FA Cup 5th round.
Yeah.
It really
it's like we were built for those moments, weren't we? That's why it sort of felt like, oh my God, we're going to do it here, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
But
it was honestly...
It wasn't to be, unfortunately.
All right. Well, anyway, that's enough of the sad moments. Best moment of the season.
For anyone who's listening, he's just put down his Prime bottle with
Oh yeah, I was talking about that.
People just listen. They're
going to be like, what's
It's
that
going to
pause?
think some thump in the background.
I want to talk about best moment of the season. Now, it's a little bit different. We've touched on the FA Cup so many times.
Yeah.
With Ipswich.
I think we can all agree that's the best.
I think we can all agree that is the best moment, obviously. And we've had some great wins. But for me personally, it's my first ever Christmas do.
Damn.
Yeah. First ever Christmas do.
You've actually never been on a Christmas do?
Never been on a Christmas do. Never.
Well,
I'm sure, I've only played in Ireland and the season's finished between November and December. So you don't actually see anyone.
Yeah.
You get to spend Christmas with your family. But
so much rather a Christmas do.
Yeah.
Say, mom and dad.
Literally, I've got mad love for my family. But the Christmas do was so good. We went away to Barcelona for, what was it, three nights, I think.
Yeah. What?
Managed to convince Gaffer to give us a couple of days off, and that was just so much fun.
There's a big issue for you though, because that is the best Christmas do I've ever been on. Gavin Hoyt said it's the best Christmas do he's ever
Reece
been on.
Greenwich as well said it, and he's been on some good ones.
Yeah, and now that was your first ever, and I think it's not going to get much better than that, to be honest.
It was just so nice, man, to spend such quality time with each other, and there's a few nightclubs that we went to, and even just like the days though, the days where we just spent together, like besides the beach, having a couple of drinks, chatting, joking. It was one of them ones you didn't want it to end, and it felt like time was going so quickly.
And you become so much closer to people.
So much closer.
You were close with before, but you didn't really know them too well off the pitch.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Hey, when you're drunk at 2 a.m. in the morning with random players.
2 in the morning at Barca.
It's more like
6.
Hey, I was trying to.
It's more like 6.
Remember, there's some clubs that I watch this.
There was a few,
tone it down.
I actually didn't make it in the nightclubs.
There was a few people overdoing it.
Hey, I was in the casino at 1 a.m. just giving it some.
There was a few boys staying out trying to. How do I word it? We're prolonging it? No, that's not the word.
We were chasing the night, but it's
chasing the night.
Yeah,
hey, brother.
Come on, brother. Damn.
I got it.
Damn, with my own ring on.
Oh, he actually gave this to me in Barca
on the Christmas day.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, that could come across a bit wrong.
Damn,
my brother.
Damn, it was in the airport when you got them out. Oh, I like that. So
I said I'm only having one of them. So
I was going to say that I've completely. It's talking about Barca, but
chasing the night.
Yeah,
a few brothers chasing the night. I won't name names. However, damn.
Oh my gosh. Have you told the story about the Barcelona kiss?
I think that will come out now.
Oh.
This is goated.
So I was in there. I was in what's the nightclub? Shako nightclub. I'm standing there. I'm just having a good time. My Spanish in high school isn't getting me too far, so I'm looking for some English people to chat to. I see this girl from Ireland, very very cute girl. Get chatting to her for 5-10 minutes. Tells me she has a boyfriend. Devastating, right? Oh, it's okay, whatever. More fish in the sea. So I go hang out with some of the other boys, get shut down by a few more girls, and I'm walking down the steps. I just see Sol kissing this random girl. It's the same girl. I don't know if she had a boyfriend and she broke up with him. I didn't know, because I didn't know Sol had a girlfriend.
Must have had an argument in that 10 minutes when you went missing.
But I saw and then I've never seen someone so proud to kiss a girl. He was so happy we saw it.
I've got the story. I went looking for Sol, and I found him. And as I found him, he was kissing this bird. I literally,
I'm a bit embarrassed.
I play a, no, honestly.
And you've been dying to tell the story.
Brother, I play a cam Sol because I thought, wow, damn, he's going to absolutely rinse this and tell us how he was kissing a bird. He turns around. He doesn't even see anyone. He starts smiling to himself. Smiling to himself after he's kissed his bird. And then he locks eyes with me. I went, damn.
And I gave him a little wink or something from
damn. No, honestly, it doesn't do it justice the way I've just explained it there. You had to be there to understand it. He's literally kissed the bird. He's turned around and he's like smiling to himself. I was just like, oh my God, this brother's not real.
I don't think this is true. I think I was just drunk and just looking around the room. But
I saw what I saw.
Yeah. He's fabricated this in his mind.
And he was, I've actually been buzzing to say that as well.
And now we've all been released, we can talk about kissing on the Christmas do.
My self-confidence has been dented ever since.
He's too scared to talk to girls.
That was the lowest moment of my season.
Hey, we have another moment about you.
What? Oh, I know what you're gonna say. This is another one we've been holding off for a bit.
So this is one of my favourite stories of the season. We went to tell it before, but we thought we're not get in trouble, but we'd be alright. So me and Boney, we love to play.
Yes.
We love to play practical jokes on players or whatever. So every day when we come in, on the first team board, there's such and such meeting 9:45, or it's like such and such to see the gaffer. So sometimes we'll come in and we'll say, you know what? Let's try and get someone here.
Yeah.
And this is before we were very close with Connor. He just signed, and we were like, you know what? Let's write Connor to see the gaffer. Connor comes in gingerly. He sees his name on the board. He's looking around a little bit.
What have I done?
He was asking, like, do you think I've done anything wrong, guys?
Yeah, just know if you see your name on the board, you're like, oh no, what have I done here?
Because the issue is, it's like, what have I been caught for?
Yeah.
It's not what have I been caught for?
Yeah.
But then, well, you can explain how you went into the gaffer's office.
So I just I knock, they open up. I think it was Craig at the door. He's like, can I help you?
But no, but before, people were stretching, weren't they? And they were like, have you seen the gaffer yet?
Yeah.
The whole team jumped on it.
I'm surprised Gavin didn't give it
Gav's
away.
a silent assassin.
Yeah,
That's
Gavin
what I'm saying.
loves it.
I'm surprised.
Gav loves it. He actually said to me a couple of times, Boney, who are we putting on the board today?
Yeah.
He loves it.
He's the nicest guy in football, but he knew exactly
He's
what
the
he was
slyest. He's the slyest guy in football.
So yeah, they open the door. They're like, yeah, come in. So I sit on the couch and they're like, what can we do for you? I just look at them, nothing. Just waiting for them to talk to me. And they're like, all right. And yeah, they kind of just, at that point I was at the team and they were like, listen, you had a really good start in preseason, still learning the level, but yeah, just keep working hard and you'll be back in no time. And I was like, yeah, sounds good. Really, well prepared from them. Come out. Everyone, how's your meeting? I'm like, does everyone know about this? Like, and why is everyone so interested as well? Because usually if the gaffer wants to meet with you, no one asks what it's about. Or maybe a couple people will, but it is what it is. And then I started to clock on and I'm like, oh no, been stitched up. So you go out and train. I make it known that I did not call that meeting, that I didn't just storm into their office and sit on their couch. I don't think they fully understood because that weekend I came on against Taunton in the 50th minute. We were up 1-0. We ended up going down a man and conceding. I didn't play great. It wasn't an individual error by me that caused anything, but I just didn't play great. Didn't really affect the game like I wanted to. I got hammered.
Well, this is the thing. It was in the changing room. Gaffer was going around.
Well, you can't do the impression.
No, it's even worse. I had
tell that story after.
I had a friend there.
Oh yeah, no.
I had a friend there, Max
Yeah.
Moser, and I was like, listen, we've just drawn at home. Should have won, but I have my friend who's gone an hour and a half to come to my match. So I'm just going to say hi to him. Or basically say bye to him. Gaffer saw.
And Fowler was outside.
Yeah, Fowler was talking to his family. I'm like, oh, I might have a bit of leeway here. I said, Connor! I was like, oh my God. I didn't even say bye. I just turned around and ran in. Get hammered along with the rest of the team. And then now you can take it.
Well, it was in the change room and Gaffer's going in, basically. We should never have lost that game. They had one shot all game.
No, we drew.
Oh, sorry, never drawn. It felt like a loss.
It felt like a loss,
felt-
genuinely.
yeah.
Yeah. That was a really
going
long
around the
moment.
office, go around the change room, giving it to everyone, and he goes, and you, pointing at Connor, you come into my office, tell me that you're ready, and you play like this. No, I mean, he went, off. I apologize.
You might have to bleep
You're
that.
gonna believe that. Beep off.
Now I'm sat there and I am like, I have two options: to nod my head or to say, Gaffer, that's not what happened. And you're damn sure I nodded my head. I said, yes, Gaffer.
But then the best thing is,
The gaffer apologised.
So it was a few weeks
said it to
later.
him. We felt so bad. We had to say it.
after it calmed down a little bit, I think after we won a game.
Yeah, it was when I got Team of the Week.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
after
it was that meeting, yeah.
After Chippenham, I said to Gaffer, I was like, look, Gaffer, when you had a go at Connor a few weeks ago, it was actually Boney and I that put his name on the board. He never wanted to go and knock on your office. We kind of stitched him up, and he went, oh my God. He went, I have to apologise.
He said it in the
He
meeting.
gets in the front, he says, little man, stand up.
I'm looking around. Who's little man? And I'm like, oh.
I am so sorry. And he ends up apologising, but it was honestly, that's one of my favourite moments
Oh, that's so
of
funny.
the season. It was honestly hilarious. And we've done it to a few more people.
We actually can't say those.
We can't say who we've done it to, but
Yeah.
we've done it to a few more people. And some funny things have come from
But
it.
stuff like that, again, that's what makes football so fun.
It's brilliant. And the gaffer took it so well as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, when I hope it's a long, long time in the future. I'm talking 10 years. But when I'm finished playing, I think that's what I might miss most.
Oh,
it's just
100%.
little stuff
Camaraderie.
around.
But you hear so many
changing room.
stories about how people find it so difficult once they've retired because they just miss the change room environment, the
Yeah.
banter and stuff.
And to be fair, credit to Craig and Gaffer. They'll come in the morning sometimes and come into the change room.
Yeah.
And they'll see someone's name on the board that they have nothing to do with. And they'll just laugh and go, oh no. They know it's coming.
Yeah.
And they'll just go along with it. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
There we go. I think that's credit to them as well because they've made the environment so enjoyable. I'm not just saying that. Well, sure, I've got no reason to because I'm not there anymore. But it has been such an enjoyable time. I played for clubs where I haven't really enjoyed it. You know, I didn't dread going in, but it was just like, got to get myself up here and go again. And
I've played at places where
there we go, bro. Exactly.
Yeah.
But not once this season have I done that and gone, I can't really
training today.
Yeah,
well, I think
what's in store today? You know, just enjoyment and vibes, man.
I think I have PTSD from my Duke days. Anytime I had to go in, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It was never over something good. And then now it's like open changing room, or open door to the office. It's
because I've played with managers before where they say my door's always open, or
it's not.
It's not. Like it's just a saying in football. You're either too scared to go in there, or you just don't want to go in there because it's just not nice.
Yeah.
But it is so open. You can go in there and chat whenever.
Hey, I might even plug my TikTok. I just posted a TikTok about the Worthing game, and that will sum up our relationship with Gaffer and Craig. Like, I'm buying them donuts on the bus, and they're like giving me some, like taking the mick out of me. That is just like how close everyone is on the team.
There we go. But that's what we've touched the worst, we've touched the best moment.
I feel like
the whole season as a whole has just been so good. We've touched on it in previous episodes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good place to stop. We're going around for a little released spag bowl tonight with a few other players.
Yeah, going to Helen's place for a spag bowl, which would be nice.
Yeah, that's the at the door. Oh, who do you know here? Have you been released by Maidstone United?
Come on in.
Only the release players can come in.
Come on in.
Corey's showing up. No.
Don't you dare.
But no, again, I want to extend, like the most sincere gratitude to the fans. They've been fantastic throughout this process.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just want to thank everyone around the club. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about Maidstone. Run by some really good people. And it's the day-to-day people like Ian Tucker and like
Gucci, everyone.
Helen does it off her own back. Comes in on a Friday to take pictures. Was there on every match day taking pictures.
And the
has
best
them up
pictures
straight away. Obviously we're all on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah,
puts them up straight away for us. So
Gucci helping out with our setup.
Gucci helping the pod. Yeah, he's been
telling us our lighting's rubbish. Telling us our
literally.
Mic position's rubbish.
Has he actually said any nice things about the pod?
No, he did say not a bad effort though. That's what he said.
Nah, he's ledge. But
Broski.
But hang on, I got a bone to pick with Gucci actually for removing my tooth in my birthday.
Yeah,
my birthday post.
That wasn't real.
Oh, no, come on.
Did you? That was gold. Go on, I'm about to have a sip of my drink.
One of the miles of it. But yeah,
I said at the start of the episode that this is horrible. Just finished it.
That's he's just nervous, didn't know what to do.
That's the
biggest. That comfort eating and drinking. That's what he's gone straight to after the release.
10% coconut water.
My boy thought it was
B vitamins.
My boy thought he was going on a bulk this summer. He's going to be doing an intense cut.
Intense cut.
Yeah, I actually said to the boys, I want to get a little bit stronger and stuff. No, I think it's an intense cut. Boys, it's not going to be good.
I think that's a perfect place to end it. Thank you so much. Like Connor said, everyone at the club, all the fans, the support has been unbelievable. And the support for the pod's been crazy.
I suppose this is a nice way to sort of go out. I know we put out our little individual statements, but the fact that we're actually talking to the camera and fans are gonna be listening to, listening to whatever it is. Look, just do you want to go first and say your part?
No, but I've said earlier in the pod like how
Connor said
how appreciative I am of everyone at the club, all the fans, everything. Honestly, I've absolutely loved my 2 years at the club, and I've loved living in the little town that is Maidstone. I say little town, it's a nice little town.
I was going to say 100,000 people.
Yeah, but I've loved living here, and it's the first time I've moved away from home, and I've been welcomed with open arms by everyone at the club. And even when it's not been going well, still, the fans have just been so good. So well, just thank you.
There we go. I remember when I first come in on trial to the club, and it was such a weird period in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. I was going through a breakup, and it was genuinely just bleak. And I remember sat there with my friends, and I mentioned that I'd gone on trial at Maidstone, and I was just so excited. So I remember saying to them, boys, can you imagine if I play for Maidstone? You'll be able to come and watch me on a Saturday, maybe during the week. And it was when when I ended up signing that deal, it was such a special moment for me, for my family. It was just incredible. And like I said, this season, yeah, all right, last season was rubbish. We didn't win a game while I was there for last season. But some of the moments and the memories that this club's given me this season, you know, being a boy from Maidstone, my family are local. My family used to come to the games before I even signed. To have those moments with them representing the Maidstone badge was just incredible. And we touched upon it there at the start. Yeah, okay, it is what it is. We're not there anymore, but it definitely holds a place in my heart. Memories that I'll talk about to my kids, to my grandkids, are from this club. And just full of gratitude. So happy to have been a part of this incredible run that we went on this season. And that's it, I suppose. All good things come to an end. You've got to stay positive, and who knows what can happen around the corner. So
could be a little Love Island 2024 job for a few of us, hopefully.
Facts.
You know? If I don't get a club by pre-season, I'm going to have to try and apply or something.
Yeah.
I'll have to be on the sunbeds ASAP.
And the growth hormones, bro. You're a bit too small for Love Island.
It's just rude, isn't it?
Thank you.
It's just rude.
There we go.
I'm happy to be getting away from you.
Thank God we got released.
And also, I want to point out, this while we probably will all be going to different clubs, this podcast is sticking around.
Facts.